Alrighty guys, it's Kristen and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing my November TBR, which is a little messed up because last month I was talking about how I was waiting on books to come in that I had ordered and how I was going on vacation, so I might get to more books than normal. So that might have changed some things about my reading order and what I was going to read next. And indeed, that did happen. So you're going to see some repeats in this video because I didn't get to them last month. And there's some that I ended up reading last month that are going to be sequels to this month that I need to buy as well. So you are also going to notice this month that some videos I have long hair and other videos I have my short hair. I've been waiting for the cold weather to hit in Texas because let me tell you, when it's like 90 plus every day, I just throw my hair up and I forget about it because I don't want to deal with it. And I was telling myself that I would cut my hair once colder weather hit, and that hit as soon, like not as soon as I came back from vacation, but like pretty much as soon as I came back from vacation, we finally started getting like 40 to 60 degree days. So I decided to chop it off. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I'm going to start with the books that I kind of do have here / don't have here. First, I'm going to start with The Red Queen. So this is a book that I actually got for free because I don't remember if it was September or October, but I saw a listing that had a bunch of books and they had the Six of Crows listed, and I had heard about that from Sarah Caroli, of course, because she loves that book, and I really wanted to read it, and there was a listing for it, and it was like super cheap. I think it was like $1 for the book, and I messaged the person. I was like, hey, like I would love to like get this book if it's still available. And she's like, oh yeah, she's like, if you want, you can just have it for free. Like I just don't read these books anymore and I'm trying to get rid of them. And I was like, well then I'll take the rest of the books on your listing too. Cause like there were books that I would read, but not books that I wanted to buy, because I think I still have like 50 books on my to be bought list, and then I already have a second to be bought list going and a maybe list going. So like I didn't want to add more books to my list to read that I had to pay for, but if they were free is always great. So The Red Queen is one of the books that I got from that ordeal, and it's Mare Barrow's world is divided by blood. Those with red and those with silver. Mare and her family are lowly reds destined to serve the silver elite, whose supernatural abilities make them nearly gods. Mare steals what she can to help her family survive, but a twist of fate leads her to the royal palace itself, where in front of the king and all of his nobles, she discovers an ability she didn't know she had, except her blood is red. To hide this impossibility, the king forces her into the role of a lost silver princess and betroths her to one of his own sons. As Mare is drawn further into the silver world, her actions put into motion a deadly and violent dance, putting prince against prince and Mare against her own heart. From debut author Victoria Aveyard comes a lush, vivid fantasy series where loyalty and desire can tear you apart and only certainty is betrayal. And I remember Sarah, I think, actually read this book because the author from Powerless that just came out this year used this book as like kind of like some inspiration for her book. And I remember her saying that she liked it. I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited to start reading this. I've actually a couple pages into it already. I'm like 6 pages in. So I'm excited so far to read this and see what it's going to be like. And now here's where we get into the I kind of have books, but I kind of don't have books. So if you guys remember from last month, I finished the Rhapsodic first book of the series, and I needed to order the other 3 books in the series. So I ordered them. However, only the little novella that is in between 2 and 3 actually came in. The other 2 got shipped, and they've been saying pending acceptance at facility for like almost a month now, and I've been getting some like spam messages saying like, you're not listed at this address. Update your address information to get your package. So I finally did one of those. So maybe something will come out of that. If not, I mean, I guess I could just go to the post office. It sucks because like I work a day job and I was super busy in October. Like I was dealing with a lot of school stuff. I had company come visit me for a while. I had some stuff going on in my personal relationships. And then I went on vacation. So like I really didn't have a whole lot of problem solving time in October. So I'm gonna see if that did the trick, and if they're still not here in like a week, I will probably go to the post office and be like, hey, what's going on with this? Because I expected them to like already be shipped back to like thrift books and then me be able to like rebuy them, but it still says package pending acceptance. So I am waiting on the second book, which is A Strange Hymn, and then this book, The Emperor of the Evening Stars, is in between those two, and this book focuses on kind of like the origin story of the Bargainer, and then after that is Dark Harmony. So I'm still waiting on those two books to come in, so I can't read this. I guess I could read the little novella before I read the second book, but I don't see a point in doing that since they were kind of written in a specific order. So I am waiting for those two books to still come in. And then, spoiler alert, I read The Grimrose Girls in October. So I actually just bought it today. I am buying the second book because I didn't realize that this was a duology. I thought it was only one book. However, it is a duology, and the book that is on its way is The Wicked Remains. So in this book, you kind of get Ella, Yuki, and Rory. They're all girls at this school. They've been best friends for the 4 years. I think it's their senior year. And their best friend dies at the very beginning of the year. So they kind of are investigating why she died. And they end up finding this book of fairy tales. And it's like all the fairy tales are like the original tales that don't have happy endings. And they are able to find out that each girl in the school is connected to the book in some way, and it kind of predicts their deaths in that way. But they haven't really found out the origin stories of the book yet. So in the second book, they are going to be going through the journey of figuring out how to stop this curse, how it started, and what the book actually is and where it came from. And another weird book series issue is I read The Six of Crows. Yay, super excited. I love this book. Another spoiler alert. And so this one is part of duology as well, and it's part of the Crooked Kingdom. So it's called The Crooked Kingdom, I should say. And this is by Leigh Bardugo, and The Grimrose Girls is by Laura Pohl. I forgot to say that. But so I ended up reading this book last month, and so The Crooked Kingdom, I just ordered that today as well as coming through. And so in this book, there's 4 people that all go on this journey to do this impossible heist that can never be pulled off, and they actually pull it off. But when they get to the end, where they like are supposed to be getting their reward for pulling it off, they actually get betrayed, which is really crazy. And they have to go through, like, Kaz already kind of knows that he's betrayed, but they end up stealing Inej, Inej, that's her name. They end up stealing her, and like that's kind of like Kaz's love interest, and they don't know how to get her back. And so like the next upcoming book is going to be about them trying to figure out how to get her back and going through all of that. So I'm super excited. I loved this book so much that it actually kind of got me in trouble a little bit, because all I wanted to do was read it and not hang out with my significant other at the time. And I wish I would have not done that, but you know, it doesn't matter. I love this book and I couldn't put it down. super excited to read the sequel. So now, all of the other books that I have to show you aren't here because I just ordered them today because I went through books like no other. And I mean, there's a couple other books that I have here. Well, there's like one other book that I have here that I got as part of like the little free books that I got. I kind of don't want to read it. I'm not feeling it. You know, like I'm not feeling it. So I'm going to hope, because I'm going to read The Red Queen, and if I finish The Red Queen before the rest of the books come in, I'll probably read that other book. But I might be resorting to looking at the library and seeing if they have any of the books that are on my to be bought list. Because, like, I don't mind doing that for books that are, like, the first of a series. I'm going to be using my college library. But, so, like, sometimes they don't have a lot of the books that are on my to be bought list. And I don't know about you guys, but I really prefer, like, I prefer physical books. I prefer being able to show all of the books that I've read if I end up liking them or, like, wanting to / keep them. So I don't like having to borrow books, which is kind of stupid because it would save me a lot of money. But if the books that I want to read don't come in time, I probably am going to resort to going to the library and trying to see what they are. But I am going to tell you, and I will put little pictures up on the screen of what else I ordered that I'm hoping to read this month. So I also ordered The Writing Retreat by Julia... It's Julia B. I don't know. I will put it up here so that you guys can see it. And The Writing Retreat is, this woman is a writer, but she's kind of given up on her dream. And she gets invited to this writing retreat. And it's like all exclusive. Like her rival's going though. So she's kind of like, well, even if I didn't want to go, like my rival's going, so I kind of have to go. And it's at this like exclusive mansion that's supposed to be haunted. And they find out that they're tasked with writing a book in a month. And if they write that book in the month and they're the best author out of everybody who's there, then they get this really big publishing deal. So she is going through and they have a snowstorm and someone ends up dead and like some things are just kind of off with the people at the mansion. So you end up going through trying to solve that little murder mystery. So I'm super excited to read that one. And then the other book that I bought this month is going to be The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I am super excited to read this book as well, just because I've already read The Paris Apartment by her, and I've read the Guest List by her, and I liked both of those. I enjoyed both of those books, so I'm excited to read another of her books. And The Hunting Party is like, there's a really big group of friends that get together every year and they kind of like choose a location to go hunting at. And so they've chosen the location this year. I think it's in Scotland, the book says. And so they go and like, they've been doing this for like 10 years now. And like, you know, 10 years with the same people, you grow, you change, you hate people. And so someone ends up dead on New Year's Eve, and they're trying to figure out who did it. So I'm super excited for those books to come in. And that is all the books that I plan on reading this month. I very possibly might get to more, just because I do have quite a bit more time on my hands now to be reading. My responsibilities at work have kind of lessened. So I normally get to just come home and live my life instead of having to do homework and stuff for work and whatnot. So I kind of just get to live my life and like do things that I enjoy once I get out of work, besides, you know, like cleaning a house or doing things like cooking dinner. So I have quite a bit more time on my hands. So I probably will read more books, because last month alone, I think I read like 10, maybe 12 books. So I will be showing you guys the books that I did read and giving you reviews next Saturday. But without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you in the next video. Let me know, how was your spooky month? Because now it's November. I feel like it passed by way too fast, and I did not watch all of the movies that I usually watch for spooky month. But like I said, I was super busy, had a lot of stuff going on. So I did get to watch all of the Scream movies, though. I think I mentioned in one of my plant videos that I wanted to watch all of the Scream series because I had only ever seen the first one and like the newest one that had come out in theaters in like 2022, 2021-ish. And I did watch them all. I have mixed feelings. Of course, you can't beat the original. But I just kind of felt like all of the ones after were just kind of like more ways to get Sidney Prescott into the movie and like carry on the legacy. And I just felt like it was done in really weird ways. Like, I get following her to college, that one I got. But then like her completely moving and having like a secret brother that she never knew about, and then like it got really weird. So kind of is what it is. I still think that the new movie that came out in 2022, 2021, it was good. It was a nice way to refresh the series without basically repeating what had already been done. So it was kind of nice. I mean, not my favorite, but it was refreshing, you know? It wasn't typical. And then I watched the newest one that came out this year in 2023, I think, and personally not my jam. I don't like how they moved all the way to New York City and how like Jenna Ortega's sister like followed her there and is like almost trying to like keep her trapped. And then I don't like how like Reggie's family came back from the dead and were like, we're gonna kill you now because you killed our brother. It was a lot. It was a lot, not gonna lie. So it is what it is. Still love the original though. Do I ever think I'll watch the other movies again? Probably not. But that is all I got for you guys. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.